Puss in Boots! I laugh at death!
The swashbuckling feline, voiced by Antonio Banderas, gets some catastrophic news in Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
Suddenly, he discovered that out of his 9 lives, 8 of them has been just wasted.
Legend tells of a wishing star, of a simple wish waiting to be granted. Kitty Softpaws, I need your help.
Is the great Puss in Boots asking for help?
Well, you see, Kitty, please!
That wish to get me my lives back.
His ensuing quest, of course there's a quest, is fueled by more introspection than usual for the courageous cat.
I saw the very deep, complex reflections, almost existentialist reflections of the character. A character that has been always, out there, bigger than life, heroic, arrogant, all of those adjectives.
Without lives to spare, I am nothing.
When you only have 1 life, that's what makes it special.
More than talking about death, at the end, what we are talking is about life. It's about the value of that supreme thing called life. That actually, after the pandemic and everything that has been going on in the world, is we have to put an accent on that again.
Cool! Another member of the team! I'm Puss's therapy dog!
Definitely not!
Finally! You need therapy.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Right now at KSAT.com, some local talent taking the top prize this holiday season. A 4th grade student in Northeast Independent School District won this year's Regional Holiday Card Art Contest. You can take a closer look at the winning card featuring Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer, on KSAT.com. Ahead in the next hour of GMSA, as the colder weather approaches our area, your electric bill could skyrocket. Ahead on GMSA, some ways to keep yourself warm without going broke. And checking TransGuide right now, light traffic all around the city. We've had some fog to deal with this morning. We'll get an update coming up in a matter of minutes.
Ahead this hour, San Antonio police left with questions after a shooting last night just south of San Antonio. We'll tell you what officers know so far.
Former President Donald Trump responds to the January 6th committee's move to urge the Justice Department to criminally prosecute him. I'm ABC's Faith Abube in Washington. Details coming up.
Go Spurs, go. The Silver and Black get a win against the Rockets. We've got highlights from the road game, and we'll get you ready for their next matchup.
And taking a look outside with live cam, foggy, foggy, foggy to start your day. We'll get all the details about when the fog will lift and the cold front coming through with Mike Osterhage.
Live from KSAT 12. Good morning, San Antonio starts right now.
And good morning to you. It is Tuesday. It is December 20th. Do not adjust your set. It is not a weekend night. Courtney Friedman in for Stephanie Cerna this morning.
It's
Hi.
so great to be here. If you were with us earlier, you know it's been almost like about 4 years since I've anchored the morning show,
Right.
and I've been saying all morning like nothing's changed.
Not at
Nothing's
all.
changed.
Wait, is that a good thing or well? Let's move
Yes,
on. Okay,
it's a good thing.
we're glad you're here,
You
Courtney.
and I haven't aged in 4 years?
That's what it means. It means
okay.
it looks like a filter, but it's not.
Excellent save.
Thank you.
That's our story, and we're sticking to it. So,
Wink.
talking about that fog, and it depends on what part of town you're in, because that one camera over there, 410, was very foggy. This one is not as foggy. I mean, there is some off in the distance, but it's actually improved slightly from earlier this morning. Visibility, though, is still being reported at 2 miles to Burning Stage, half-mile up there in Kerrville, and we're starting to see some thicker fog going out 90, as well as heading down to the southeast, and New Braunfels has dropped ever so slightly. Rock Springs has now come back up, but then you got a lot of fog around Fredericksburg and over there by Del Rio, so it's not obviously everywhere, but you just got to be on the lookout for it to get thicker at times. Dense fog advisory is just confined to the hill country, and that's in effect up until 10 o'clock. So this will be sticking around in places throughout the rest of the morning commute. There's also a little bit of mist out there, that very, very fine mist, so the roads are on the damp side. Mold is low. The updated count's going to come out in about an hour and a half. Temperatures, with all this very high humidity, with all the cloud cover, aren't going to be moving this morning at all. And then as we go into later on this afternoon, we'll see a little bit of sunshine thrown on in there. Temperatures will make it to the mid 50s at noon and top off in the upper 50s. So we will be on a little bit on the cool side compared to normal, and the breeze is going to be picking up out of the northeast, 10 to 20 miles per hour. Pretty much same thing tomorrow. A little fog in the morning, upper 50s, and we'll start off about what you'd expect or what we're going to be seeing the next couple of mornings, as well as on Thursday. We get warmer on Thursday, then that big front moves on through, and boy, the bottom's going to drop out. Details coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, Stephen, what's up?
Not a whole lot, Mike, and that's a good thing. Check out 37. This is what Mark was mentioning earlier. The Alamo Dome lit up for Christmas. Let's give you a wide look at TransGuide now. Traffic there along 37, not too bad this early in the morning. 6 a.m., we may be seeing a few more folks out there, and if you were traveling along 37 southbound or northbound, just keep your focus, but off to the side of you, you'll have a nice shot of the Alamo Dome right there. So a great way to start the holidays. As we know, a lot of folks are off today. Some still have to head out of town, or maybe some have to head to work. This is what you can expect right now. Just some quiet roadways, a lot of great. Keep a close eye on things throughout. Go ahead and get you to these travel times here, because if your destination is the Alamo City, 37 northbound looks pretty pleasant from Pleasanton, 28 this hour. Right now, Highway 90, it's about 30 minutes to the Alamo City, and your arrival from Lytle, 16 minutes on I-35 northbound. But let's get you back here on TransGuide 37 at Cesar Chavez. We're not really seeing a whole lot out there this morning, but we expect to see the commute just get a little bit busier. We'll keep a close eye on things. Mark, Courtney.
Stephen, thank you. This morning, Bexar County deputies say a woman was shot and assaulted while being cornered in her own driveway by suspects in two vehicles that pulled up behind her. Happened south of San Antonio near Highway 16 and Kings Row. Right now, the woman's in the hospital with a gunshot wound to the arm. It's still unclear what led up to the shooting or whether anyone has been arrested.
All right, this just into our newsroom. Reports of an earthquake off the coast of Northern California. Officials say the 6.4 quake struck not too far away from the town of Ferndale, which is just northwest of Sacramento. Right now, there are no reports of any injuries, but we'll stay with this story and update you as soon as our updates come in. In other news, we turn now to Washington, where all eyes are on the Justice Department.
The House January 6th Select Committee voted unanimously asking them to prosecute former President Donald Trump for his actions surrounding the attack on the U.S. Capitol.
The panel recommended Trump be charged with breaking multiple criminal statutes, including inciting an insurrection. ABC's Faith Abube explains.
This morning, the fallout continues after that decisive move by the House January 6 Select Committee. The panel wrapping up its sweeping 18-month-long investigation by issuing 4 unprecedented criminal referrals against a former president, urging the Justice Department to prosecute former President Donald Trump for a multi-part conspiracy, obstructing an official proceeding, conspiracy to defraud the United States, conspiracy to make a false statement, and inciting an insurrection.
It was with solemnity and sadness that the facts led to criminal referrals for the former president of the United States.
The panel, made up of 2 Republicans and 7 Democrats, using a video montage to highlight some of the most damning evidence they uncovered against Trump. From lies about the 2020 election to sworn testimony from his own allies alleging for 187 minutes Trump ignored urgent calls to stop the January 6 violence.
No man who would behave that way at that moment in time can ever serve in any position of authority in our nation again.
Some of the Capitol police officers who fended off the angry mob in the room.
I agree with all the referrals, and I think he needs to be held accountable.
In a social media statement, Trump defending his actions, saying the committee's move only strengthens him, adding, quote, "What doesn't kill me makes me stronger." Former Vice President Mike Pence, himself a target of the mob on January 6, telling Fox News,
"I think that would be terribly divisive in the country at a time when the American people want to see us heal."
And the January 6 committee also referred Trump's election attorney, John Eastman, and others for criminal prosecution. It's also urging a congressional ethics investigation against 4 GOP congressmen who ignored lawfully issued subpoenas from the committee. A full report will be released tomorrow. In Washington, Faith Abube, ABC News.
Topping your morning consumer headlines, the back and forth in the Bahamas over the future of Sam Bankman-Fried, founder of the failed cryptocurrency exchange FTX, appears to be resolved. Sources now tell ABC News he has agreed to be extradited back to the U.S. to face fraud charges after initially saying no in court on Monday. Stocks took a slide the last Monday before Christmas. The Nasdaq closing down 1.5%, the S&P closing down 0.9%. and the Dow closing down 0.5%. The Wall Street Journal says concerns about higher interest rates and COVID in China are weighing on traders. Inflation not stopping real Christmas trees from going up. Companies selling trees say people are still strapping them to the roofs of their car despite price hikes ranging from 5% to over 20%.
Can't kill Christmas.
Nope.
Instagram is rolling out its 2022 recap. Users can select the new Reels template and choose 14 photos and videos to share again. You can even add narration from several popular artists. The template will be available into early 2023. Well, doctors have notoriously sloppy penmanship, but now Google is working with pharmacists to come up with technology to decipher your doctor's bad handwriting. The idea is to upload a picture of a prescription to recognize medications that are then translated into eligible text. And it is a new look keyboard and a transparent, and there's a screen inside of it. It's made by Final Mouse and is set to be available early next year and will cost around $350.
Epic Games, the maker of the popular video game Fortnite, has agreed to pay more than $500 million for violating children's privacy laws. Those details coming up a little bit later on in your GMA First Look. But right now it is 6:08, 46 degrees.
All right, and there is much more to come on GMSA, including the safety audit that occurred at Uvalde CISD. Coming up a little later, we'll take a look at how the district did.
And of course, time is running out. Have you mailed off all your holiday gifts to family and friends? We'll show you how the post office is keeping up with that increased demand.
And a live look outside with City Cam. We know it's just days away. That freeze is coming, so Mike Osterhage has all your details.
Just about 6:13. Welcome back. Right now, as you have probably imagined, it's the busiest time of the year for the United States Postal Service. And time, of course, is running out if you want your presents to arrive at your loved ones by Christmas Day.
Packaging and processing centers here in San Antonio alone are going through more than 300,000 items a day. So to prepare for the extra demand, the Postal Service has added processing equipment and about 170 employees here locally. And it seems like all that help is needed.
Nothing compared. This month is just crazy. Like during the year, we just work 6-8 hours. Sometimes we get to go home at 4 hours because there's not much, especially on Sundays. And right now it's been crazy. The belts are full.
If you still need to get a gift to a loved one by Christmas Day, you can do so with Priority Mail Express. The deadline for that is this Friday, but it will cost you extra depending on the size of the package and the distance it has to travel.
Well, if you need to make it to the post office soon, there's not a lot of traffic on the roads.
True, it's been very light last couple of days, as anticipated.
Yes.
Good morning, Stephen.
Yeah, hoping that we don't jinx ourselves right now, guys. But, you know, I've been catching a lot of those Amazon trucks in my neighborhood, so hopefully people will get the packages on time. All right, well, you know, wherever you're heading, 410 at East Houston, you'll get to your destination on time, at least for right now. There really isn't a lot to show you out there, just some quiet roadways, a little bit more traffic, and of course, some of that fog. Still catching it from the TransGuide cameras. But we are also still seeing a lot of green out here, which obviously is a good indication that you can take advantage of these empty roadways right now. But be on the lookout. A lot of folks are probably going to still be heading to work or maybe heading out of town, so the commute will likely pick up still in the next 15 to 20 minutes or so. State Highway 46, also for our friends in Comal County, we have striping work that is current, should wrap on Thursday. That's December 22nd. It is overnight, 9 in the evening to 5 in the morning. There has been a lot of overnight work over the last few days, but this is what we'll see out there. Alternating lane closures in both directions from Bentwood Drive to Fair Hills Drive. So just head over to our website, ksat.com/traffic for a full list of all the current closures. But right now, there's no major incidents to report at this time. Again, just some quiet roadways, and it's a start the week. Tuesday. Wait, I thought today was Monday.
Tuesday.
Oh, wow.
We jumped right into Tuesday.
Sorry.
But this week's going to be a weird blur anyway.
It is all a blur.
Yeah.
Yeah. Coffee helps.
It does. Thank you, Stephen.
I need that for sure.
It looked like on that one camera, 1604 Pat Booker, just now, that there may be a little bit of mist on. There is some mist. I don't know if you all saw Nene coming into work.
I did. Just the slightest bit.
That real fine stuff out there. So don't have a school bus rolling this morning. Obviously, it is in the garage. However, somebody's getting ready for some cold. Oh, hi, close-up time.
Yeah.
Good to see you. So this is weird having a close-up now. Why do you do this to me?
Give us a smile.
Because people love you, Mike.
Thank you, Mark.
Give the people what they want.
Anyway, fireplace is what a lot of folks want. And this little one there warming up. And good reminder, with a lot of folks that are going to be firing up fireplace and space heaters, things like that, be extra careful with any sort of extra heating this weekend. Don't use anything like a grill from outside and bring it inside. So just be extra careful with that. All right, a little stormy, yep, getting warm, and boy, you're going to need a fire coming up this weekend. Out there at the airport, this picture has gotten better as the morning has rolled on. Want to compare again, and you may have seen this graphic. We're going to continue to show this. Compare, because a lot of people are saying, oh, is it going to be like February 2021? No. We were almost set a record of 107 hours below freezing officially out there at the airport. If we don't make it above 30, we're forecasting 35 Friday afternoon, but at most it's going to be about 48 hours below freezing temperatures, and that will be just barely below. So it's not going to be a good hard freeze for that extended period of time. And as far as 2021, we had all the ice, we had all the snow. Nothing but sunshine out there this weekend. It's going to be just a gorgeous weekend. And the coldest temperatures we got down to while we were at 107 hours below freezing was 9 degrees. We're going to be at 18 on Friday morning. So yes, it's going to be a good hard freeze, but not that extended long freezing period. Half-mile visibility at Kerrville, 5 miles at Boerne Stage 2 at the airport. But again, it depends on where you go, because on the northwest side of town, a little bit more fog. Out at the airport, it's okay right now. So it's pretty much confined right here in the in portions of the Hill Country and northwest part of Bexar County. Dense fog advisory for the Hill Country up until 10 o'clock this morning. Mid 40s right now, low to mid 40s. Not much of a wind chill. I don't have much of a breeze out there, and that's one of the reasons for some of this fog, because of the very high humidity. Thursday, we are going to hit a high temperature in mid 60s, about a normal high. This will be early in the afternoon. Then the front moves through and subtract 30 from that, 35 degrees Friday. But notice how we will continue to get up into the 50s as we go in toward Christmas, as well as the first part of next week. Low temperatures, yeah, we start off at 45 on Thursday and then down to 18. So each day, though, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, we are going to be hitting freezing, but we'll get well above that in the afternoon. So it's not going to be that extended below freezing period that we're going to have this weekend. 55 degrees today at noon, mostly cloudy skies, and high temperature is going to make it up to 58. A little bit breezy today. We will still be anywhere from about 7-8 degrees below the normal high temperature. Pretty much the same thing tomorrow. Winter officially begins in the afternoon tomorrow, and then it's going to arrive approximately 24 hours later. Front's going to move through obviously sooner in the Hill Country Thursday, and you'll already be down below freezing by mid-afternoon in the Hill Country. We'll drop down here in San Antonio below freezing right around dinner time, and then bottom out at 18. Wind chills are going to be in the single digits, though, Friday morning. So, yeah, it's going to be blisteringly, brutally cold, 35 for a high temperature. And over the weekend then, yes, mid-20s, so still very cold, but notice how we get well above freezing, though, in the afternoons.
Yesterday morning, he said it was going to be stupidly cold on Friday.
Stupidly cold.
Somebody wrote on my KSAT page, Mike said it was going to be stupidity cold Friday.
Stupidity cold.
Whatever. It's going to be pretty raw, that's for sure. 619, 46 degrees.
Still ahead on GMSA, our Spurs get a road victory against the in-state rival Houston Rockets. We'll have the highlights right after the break.
This is how it feels to do more with less asthma, thanks to Dupixent. Dupixent is not for sudden breathing problems. It's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma and can help improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent helps prevent asthma attacks and can even reduce or eliminate oral steroids. Imagine that. Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Who knows what you can do when you do more with less asthma? Ask your asthma specialist about Dupixent.
In this morning's GMA First Look, fines against Fortnite totaling $500 million. One of the settled civil complaints against Epic Games alleges the company used confusing and inconsistent button configurations to trick players into unwanted payments.
We found that even when a user was just looking to wake the game back up after it had gone into sleep mode, they could be charged with all sorts of fees that they didn't intend to make.
Epic Games says we accepted this agreement because we want Epic to be at the forefront of consumer protection and provide the best experience for our player. We share the underlying principles of fairness, transparency, and privacy that the FTC enforces. So what does this mean for the parents of Fortnite players? Well, it's all coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Trevor Ault, ABC News, New York.
Our San Antonio Spurs getting a much-needed win on the road. The Silver and Black were in Houston last night, taking on the Rockets. 7 Spurs finished in double digits, with Devin Vassell leading the way with 26. Final from Toyota Center. Spurs win at 124-105. Next up, Spurs headed to New Orleans to face Pelicans. Tip-off of that game set for Thursday night, 7 o'clock at Smoothie King Center. By the way, 45,000 tickets have now been sold for the Spurs' 50th anniversary game against the Golden State Warriors, January 13th in the Dome. That's where the Spurs are hoping to break the all-time regular season NBA attendance record. It was set by the Bulls and the Hawks back in March of 1998 when 62,000 plus attended the game in the Georgia Dome. That was during Michael Jordan's last regular season game as a member of the Chicago Bulls. And to help out the Spurs, have made more $10 tickets available for this event. To some soccer now. Argentina's football team treated as a hero's welcome as they returned home overnight. There's Lionel Messi greeted with celebrations at Buenos Aires International Airport shortly after they touched down. The 2022 World Cup champs were led off the plane by Mr. Messi, who was seen hoisting the trophy to cheers from the crowds. The team then boarded their bus, which took them through the city streets flooded with excited fans.
Husband's half his family's from Argentina, so it's been a wild week. Yeah.
Yes,
it's amazing.
A lot of people were watching.
A lot of excited people. All right, 625, 46 degrees. Still ahead in our next half hour of GMSA. Are you prepared for the freezing temperatures headed our way this week? We'll help you prepare your pipes, and we'll tell you where the city plans to open warming shelters if you need a place to go.
Checking TransGuide right now. There was 281. There's 1604 at Valley Meadow, and some of that fog that's been hanging around this morning in different areas of town. There's 1604 at Weissman Boulevard on the far west side. And there's I-10 upper and lower level at Culebra. We'll be back.
30, 40, even 44 degrees below zero up there in Canada. That's the Arctic air mass that is heading south. How cold is it going to be getting around here?
Now, an audit or whatever you want to call it was done, and one of the schools, somebody just walked right in, and this is probably why, because they're not paying attention to our students.
Uvalde CISD put to the test. We'll show you how an audit shines some light on the district's safety upgrades in the wake of the Robb Elementary shooting. Good morning. It is Tuesday, December 20th.
Thanks for starting your day with us here on GMSA. We'll talk traffic in just a moment. Courtney, good to have you here this morning.
So happy to be here. This show does go fast.
It does go pretty
I'm only
quick.
doing this for one morning, and then I'm going to miss you guys.
We're going to miss
Hopefully
you
it's not another
Courtney.
4 years.
I know. Okay, well, I don't love waking up at 2 in the morning, but I think you guys.
Nobody does.
I think they're worth it, don't you think?
Thank you. You've got a little one, though, so isn't this kind of common?
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm like, I should be more tired, but I'm kind of used to it.
What's easier to deal with?
It is.
Your toddler or the two of us, the three of us?
I don't want to answer that.
Okay. We've got a little bit of fog out there right now, and visibility is not bad, at least in this picture. Now, over there by 410, there's a little bit more in the way of some fog. 46 degrees. Temperatures have not moved this morning. Dew points at 44, so when these two numbers are neck and neck like that, and that's when you have the extremely high humidity, and we've got a lot of moisture in the ground from the rain that we had yesterday, and that's what's contributing to the fog. A little bit of breeze out of the north primarily. Visibility around the area still holding at 2 miles at the airport. It's dropped a little bit at Castroville, dropped at Bernie Stage, and hints of it then going down 37 as well as heading up 35 in toward New Braunfels. And it's really improved quite a bit out here in portions of the hill country. Now Del Rio still has some fog fog. And as far as the dense fog advisory, that has been canceled. It was in effect up until 10 o'clock, but with the improvement out there, Weather Service decided to just cancel that dense fog advisory, but still be on the lookout for some of it, especially in and around town here, and a little bit of that mist. Low on the mold count, and the updated count is going to be coming out later on this morning. So a little bit of that fog, some of that mist. It's kind of that damp chill out there with the relatively high humidity, and then mostly cloudy today, upper 50s. So we will be warmer than yesterday. Now, tomorrow, same situation. Thursday, we start off roughly the same, low 40s, close to normal. It's going to be very warm, make it up to the mid 60s. That'll be early on in the day. And then that front moves through, obviously sooner in the hill country. So hill country is going to be down around freezing by mid-afternoon. Here in town, we will be below freezing by dinner time. And then starting off Friday morning, frigid. We're looking at teens with single-digit wind chill temperatures. And then over the weekend, still going to be cold in the morning, well below freezing, but it is going to get slightly milder in the afternoon, 40s and even 50s. All the details coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority been fairly quiet on the road.
Yeah, hey, 1604 at Pat Booker. I think you mentioned that there was some mist out there. I think our TransGuide cameras picking up a few of those droplets there on the camera, the mist that Mike was mentioning, I should say. But thankfully, it's also picking up some light traffic there along the northeast side. Not really a whole lot to show you out there, but let's get you on rotation because 6:30 is typically a pretty busy half hour, but as we take a peek around town, 1604 at Wiseman, not a lot of folks out there. Even at I-10 near Culebra, we just have some light traffic. And again, we do expect it to be busy, but not as busy as we would typically see on a normal day. And that's because school is out, and we know some folks may be staying home for the holidays, but obviously others have to be out early in the morning, maybe trying to get some Christmas shopping done. So good luck to you out there, but just make sure you watch out for a lot of that fog that we've been catching on these TransGuide cameras. Just getting a little bit busier, but not too bad. We still have a lot of green out there, and that means that congestion is being picked up, at least just yet. Close eye on things throughout the morning. 90 there at Nogalitos. It is getting busier. Well, always make sure you do.
Stephen, thank you very much. Below freezing temperatures are fast approaching. That's why the city of San Antonio is doing what it can now to keep the lights on and the unsheltered warm. CPS Energy says it's strengthened the resiliency of its power plants with winterization initiatives. The city also preparing warming centers. The 7 centers will open Thursday afternoon at 3 p.m. Anyone going to the center should take clothes, supplies, and any medications you might need. There will also be kennels available at 3 of those sites, and they are Norm Oil, Southside Lions, and the Garza centers.
San Antonio Water System reminding customers to be ready for the unexpected. SAWS said it has winterized their facilities and will have staff working 24/7 throughout the city to respond to any challenges. It says customers still need to take precautions to protect faucets and pipes. Local hardware stores have foam insulation and faucet protectors, but even wrapping pipes with rags or newspapers can also help. You can also store tap water in clean containers in case of outages. SAWS also has tutorials on how to turn your water off on the meter in case your pipes do freeze.
And have you taken all the precautions to make sure your home is winter ready? Right now on KSAT.com, you can read more about plumbing and electrical preparations you can take care of before those freezing temperatures arrive. Just look for this story right now over at KSAT.com.
Well, today marks 1 year since the disappearance of Lena Keel. The 3-year-old was last seen at her apartment complex on Fredericksburg and Blumel Road. Leaders with the Islamic Center of San Antonio were at one point offering $250,000 in rewards for any information. Parents who live in the complex say they're still fearful and overprotective of their children. SAPD and the FBI continue to actively work on this case. If you're asked to call police if you have any information that can help find her.
A test for Uvalde Consolidated Independent School District, that district facing an audit yesterday, and how well it keeps out intruders. This nearly 7 months after the shooting at Robb Elementary School. Arlene Waldman was at the school board meeting where safety and security were top of mind.
The amount of money we've been working with in district on all of these projects that we're going to outline is about $4.9 million.
Almost $5 million in grants and funding spent by Uvalde CISD on safety and security changes. Money spent on fencing, police department equipment upgrades, cameras, doors, and salaries. But the work isn't done yet.
0% completion because those have been back ordered. We We run into supply chain issues, materials issues.
Interim Superintendent Gary Patterson explained the effort to install secured vestibules on all campuses is currently on hold.
Those bullet-resistant materials are difficult to get right now, and that's why the vestibules have been delayed.
Monday, we learned the district was subject to an intruder detection audit mandated by Governor Greg Abbott. All of the exterior doors were locked. However, an intruder was able to get into one campus's cafeteria because the door didn't latch. A staff member reported the intruder shortly after.
The delivery of goods into loading docks was just something, quite honestly, that I overlooked, but I won't overlook the next time.
Patterson reiterated the district is in the process of hiring a new police force that will have active shooter training. Berlinda Areola, grandmother to victim Amory Jo Garza, asked that the state troopers on campus pay better attention during their patrol. She shared this picture of an officer sitting on his phone.
Now I know that an audit or whatever you want to call it was done, and I know one of the schools, somebody just walked right in, and this is probably why, because they're not paying attention to our students.
Patterson talked about a security center where all of the cameras installed on campuses can be monitored in one place. He says nothing like that existed here before, so they're in the process of building it. The next time the board meets will be in January of 2023. In Uvalde, Lee Waldman for GMSA.
Some other top stories we're following. Suspense is mounting at the U.S. border with Mexico about the future of restrictions on asylum seekers.
This is the U.S. Supreme Court temporarily blocked a lower court order to stop turning back migrants based on rules set in place at the onset of the coronavirus pandemic. Chief Justice John Roberts granted the stay pending further order and asked the administration of President Biden to respond by today. Conservative-leaning states want a reprieve with Monday's order as they push to keep a limit on asylum seekers, warning of unprecedented calamity at the southern border. El Paso is rushing to expand its ability to accommodate more migrants with more shelters as the Red Cross brings in 10,000 cots. Well, this morning's sentencing is the next step after Harvey Weinstein's rape conviction in Los Angeles.
The disgraced movie producer already in prison for similar crimes in New York. So as CNN's Amy Kiley explains, his LA sentence could prove critical.
The jury is saying, yes, we believe her.
The Los Angeles jury that convicted Harvey Weinstein of rape is moving on to sentencing. The LA County District Attorney's Office says the panel reconvenes today to hear about aggravating factors. Those could determine the outcome of the sentencing hearing. Weinstein could face up to 24 years in prison.
It's really more of a backstop than anything.
He's already serving 23 years for a similar conviction in New York in 2020. But that state's highest court has agreed to hear his appeal.
They don't have to take that. That's not an appeal as of right. So that suggests that there are some reasonably significant appellate issues in the New York case.
Even if the New York conviction remains intact, the women whom Harvey Weinstein victimized in Southern California deserved to have their day in court.
The LA jury convicted Weinstein of 3 out of 7 charges. They relate to just one of his accusers. An attorney representing another says each woman contributed to justice.
Breaking through their fear of what could happen to them if they spoke out against Mr. Weinstein has been a transformative experience.
As for the conviction,
they believe her, and I think that's really important for women across the nation and across the world.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
6:39, 46 degrees.
As the colder weather begins to make its way into our area, your electricity bill could skyrocket. Ahead on GMSA, the best ways to keep yourself warm without going broke.
6:43, welcome back. Heating bills this winter might reach a 10-year high.
Yeah, experts from the National Energy Assistance Directors Association says your utility bill may increase by as much as 17%.
Nancy Alvarez has some tips on how to save on your heating costs.
As the temps drop, heating bills are on the rise.
Our electricity bill this month, I've just got it on my email, was $146.
What can you do to lower costs? First, turn down your thermostat. You can save as much as 5% by turning your thermostat down just 1 degree. Energy.gov suggests that 68 degrees is the perfect room temperature while you're awake at home, but recommends lowering it while you're asleep or away. Turning down your water heater's temperature from 140 to 120 degrees can also save you up to 11% in water heating costs and 33% if you cut showers in half. It may seem counterintuitive, but running your ceiling fan clockwise will push the warm air that's collected near the ceiling back into the room and can also save you up to 15% on heating costs. The Department of Energy reports that replacing a dirty air filter with a clean one can reduce your system's energy usage by up to 15%. It's possible to save $150 a year if you replace your filter at least every 3 months. Some other things to do: close vents in rooms that are rarely used. Don't turn on your bathroom fan after a hot shower. And use your oven more, with ways to keep you warm without going broke. I'm Nancy Alvarez reporting.
If you have an old system, it could be costing you a lot more to heat your home.
Older low-efficiency systems tend to only run at 56 to 70% efficiency, while new higher efficiency units can run from 90 to 98.5% more efficient.
Yeah, well, you have to save up for that, though.
Of course.
6:45, 46 degrees.
Stephen?
About an easy morning over here, so not a lot to show you, just again, a few more folks out there getting the morning started early with us. Look around. As you can see, that traffic's moving without any trouble. Hopefully it stays that way, but we take you to the map. Lots of green out there as well, so roads are quiet. Really haven't seen a slowdowns taking place at this point, but obviously eye on things, especially through the morning commute. But as we get you back here on TransGuide 1604 at Wiseman, you can see just some of that fog that we've really been catching out there. Not a whole lot else, really. No crashes to talk about. Really, just probably about 2 stalled vehicles that were reported earlier in the morning. Those are already cleared out. So I've had a pretty easy start. A lot of these drivers will encounter the same thing.
You're welcome.
Thank
I think
you.
it's because I'm here. There's
I think
is that what
so.
it is?
Yeah.
Goodbye.
I bring peace to the roads.
Oh, I love that.
Friedman effect is real?
Yes.
It's real, and you're experiencing it in real time.
Well,
I love that.
But I don't know about the weather. I mean,
Well, also watch out. I mean, I had a little bit of mist coming into work this morning. I think y'all did. I mean, it was very, very fine, but the roads may be kind of damp. So just do take it easy. And if you are heading out today to, relative's house, heading out for long holidays, not bad around the state as far as driving conditions. Here is Babe, who is ready for the holidays. Is that the normal hairdo? Is that kind of bedhead going on there? So.
yes.
bedhead.
Anyway, a great picture. Thank you very much for that. All right. Visibility has definitely improved. Still being reported at 2 miles. Now, Bernie Stage has dropped back down to just a half mile. This despite the fact, of course, that the dense fog advisory was canceled. It had been put into effect up until 10 o'clock this morning. Now, so just because that's canceled doesn't mean we're not going to be seeing any more fog. Obviously, we are. A little bit of mist out there, so just be on the lookout for that. But things have definitely improved in portions of the hill country, pretty much all around, just hints of it here and there. Still holding steady, 46 degrees, low to mid 40s around here, even some low 50s. And temperatures, again, in this situation like this, don't move throughout the rest of the morning. The 10% chance for some mist out there, a little bit of fog this morning, and some sunshine thrown in. I think we, though, lean toward the cloudier side throughout the rest of today. Noon, 55 degrees. So we are going to be topping yesterday. We only made it up to 50 yesterday. It was a cold, damp day, and 58 for a high temperature then later on. So the Arctic cold air, which we've got temperatures up in Canada right now, 30, 40, 45 degrees below zero. That core is going to work its way down in our direction. And we're going to get a good chunk of the leading edge of that. But the really, really cold stuff is going to be staying further up to the north and heading over toward the Great Lakes. So, yes, even though it's going to be really cold around here, we're going to be saved from the core of that stuff because that's going to be brutally cold. Now, still, Friday morning, that's going to be a cold one, 18 degrees, and even maybe some single digits in portions of the hill country. And we're going to have the wind on top of this as well. It's going to be very windy overnight Thursday into Friday morning. So we'll have some wind chill readings down in the single digits. But then everybody, except for just a couple of readings, a couple of places up there in the hill country, will get above freezing. So it's not as though we're going to be staying well below freezing for an extended period of time. If in your backyard we don't get right above freezing, and then it will be by Saturday midday when we get above freezing. 21 below already in Cutbank, Montana. And once again, there's those temperatures up there in Canada, the core of that really, really cold air. So here's what the upper level steering winds look like as of right now. So the cold core starts to work its way down in our direction, invades the northern plain states. We get this northwesterly flow with the front moving on through here, and that's when temperatures really start to plummet throughout the afternoon on Thursday. And again, that low will stay over here in the Great Lakes. Still going to be cold around here. We'll still have freezing mornings Saturday morning, Sunday morning, as well as Monday morning. Not as cold as Friday. Friday is when everything just hits bottom. 55 degrees today at noon. Mostly cloudy skies. High temperature is going to make it up to 58. Breezy this afternoon as well. So jacket's still a pretty good idea. Pretty much the same thing tomorrow, as well as starting off on Thursday, but we get even warmer on Thursday, up to the mid 60s. That'll be early afternoon. And at that time, parts of the hill country will be below freezing. While we're at 65 in town, then we hit freezing by dinner time, and really cold Friday morning with those single-digit wind chills. 23 Saturday, 25 to start off on Christmas morning.
I need to pull some weeds in my backyard, but I'm kind of hoping this kills all off at the end of the week and I don't have to do it.
It just may.
Okay, thank
Mother
you, Mike.
Nature taking care of it.
That's right. Thank you, Mother Nature. 6:50 right now, 46 degrees.
Tomorrow on GMSA, it's the not-so-sweet side of artificial sweeteners. We'll show you the increased health risks that may come with them and some of the best alternatives. That's tomorrow on GMSA.
Outside with Live Cam on your Tuesday morning. Thanks for starting your day with us. We'll be right back.
Good morning. Coming up here on GMA, we're tracking the major holiday storm set to sweep across the country, bringing blizzard conditions and life-threatening cold to millions of Americans, how it could impact holiday plans. Also ahead with the so-called triple-demic of flu, COVID, and RSV bearing down on children's hospitals across the country. Now we're tracking the latest on the unprecedented demand for popular children's medicines and the stockpiling crackdown. Those stories and much more coming up right here on GMA.
Before you go, Bexar County deputies say a woman was shot and assaulted while being cornered in her own driveway by suspects in two vehicles that pulled up behind her. It happened south of San Antonio near Highway 16 and Kings Row. Right now, that woman is in the hospital with a gunshot wound to her arm. It's still unclear what led up to the shooting or whether anyone has been arrested.
Today marks 1 year since the disappearance of Lena Keel. The 3-year-old was last seen at her apartment complex on Fredericksburg and Blumel Roads. Leaders with the Islamic Center of San Antonio were at one point offering a $250,000 reward for information. Parents who live in the complex say they are still fearful and overprotective of their children. SAPD and the FBI continue to actively work on this case. You're asked to call police if you know anything that could help find her.
A reminder, below freezing temperatures are fast approaching. City of San Antonio preparing those warming centers. 7 of them will be open Thursday afternoon at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Anyone going should take clothes, supplies, and meds. There will also be kennels available at 3 of those centers: Norm Oil, Southside Lions, and Garza Centers.
All right now on KSAT.com, some local talent making a top prize this holiday season. A 4th grade student in Northeast Independent School District won this year's regional holiday card art contest. You can take a closer look at the winning card featuring Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Just head to KSAT.com.
And we made it through the morning without any crashes, and we can thank Courtney for that and her presence here, giving us a present out on the roadway. Just watch out for some of this fog, Mike. This is what really been maybe the big issue out on the roadways drivers want to be on the lookout for.
Yeah, and it's very, very patchy in nature. A little bit of mist. It almost looks like maybe a couple of drops on the lens over there by the airport right now. Visibilities have actually, gone down at Bernie, despite the fact that the dense fog advisory was canceled. We still have some out there, so just be on the lookout for the next couple of hours. Low to mid 40s, even some low 50s right now. 58 for a high temperature today. Kind of breezy, and then warm on Thursday prior to the front moves through mid-afternoon, and much, much colder.
Courtney, I know you were scheduled to work, but we're glad you were here this morning.
Oh, I miss you guys, and thanks for joining us this morning.
GMA is next.